What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Today I'm gonna show you a deck that I created in Clash Royale. That's right, I actually created my own deck for once. I actually made this deck all by myself. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and have a look at the deck. Here it is. So this is kind of an idea that I got from people who were beating me with Clone and Golem, and also Clone and Lavahound. But the other night somebody did this crazy attack against me. I'm not going to show it because I don't have it anymore, but this is an attack that I did that is using this deck. So basically they attacked me with Golem and Clone, and I was like, oh, well played, you got me with your Golem and Clone. But then he mirrored the Clone, which was crazy. I was like, what? You just got two clones. And because the Golem has so much health, it wasn't dead, and he was able to mirror it with the clone, so he was able to clone it twice. So it was very powerful, and he wrecked me. So I was like, you know what, there's something there, but I don't play Golem, I play Lavahound. It's one less cost, it's a legendary card, so it's pretty much overpowered, right? And I have a couple people in my clan, like Sapphire and others, who swear by their Lavahound decks. They never play anything but Lavahound decks. So I thought I should make myself a clone mirror Lavahound deck. Now the rest of the deck is just support troops that I use all the time for various purposes. I usually keep archers and minions in my deck all the time. Those are just my two favorite support troops. They're low cost, they hit air and ground, and they're ranged. Well, minions not really so much ranged, but because they're flying, a lot of the troops can't touch them. So they can kill a bomber, they can kill a Valkyrie, they can kill barbarians, they can kill bowler. Minions are really good against all kinds of opponents. So also same thing with the archers. Archers can take out the minion horde. Not that efficiently, but you can get it to where you don't take any damage. You just lose your archers. But sometimes you do take a little bit of damage from the minion horde if you just defend with archers. Now one thing I would like to see in the game that would actually stop my deck really well is an air log, or something that could clear the air. Now of course you could use zap, you can use fireball, you can use arrows, so I mean, what, you don't need an air log, you don't need that, but it's something that I've thought about, a 2-cost spell, and people are like, but Jonno, there's zap. I'm like, I know, I get it, there's zap, but something that would actually move in the direction that a log moves. Log clears basically a whole lane, and it would be nice to clear a whole lane of air troops. Like if you had an air log, it would clear my clone. So you can see here, I mirrored the clone. Even though he's got troops out defending, it's just a crazy amount of troops to have to deal with. Most of my troops did get through, and you can see the Mega Minion is just wrecking. When the Mega Minion gets on the tower, it is so much damage. And I've had people do that against me for a long time, but I never took the time to play with the Mega Minion. But I have taken the time now because I realized that Mega Minion is just a powerhouse. So watch this, I'm able to clone the Mega Minion again, and then I double clone it, and then it's just all over. You can see how much damage I'm doing. It's so fast, and they just don't stand a chance. Now, there are some ways to get through this deck, and I'm going to show you guys some of the weak spots of this deck. One thing that's weak about this deck is the elite barbarians. Elite barbarians are obviously the one thing that you really want to watch out for when you're playing a Lavahound deck. So as soon as you place the Lavahound, they place the elite barbarians. That's how I was playing elite barbarians, and now that I'm not playing elite barbarians because they seem to not be as effective as they were even like a few days ago, even like a week ago especially, they were very effective. Now people are learning how to counter them, especially by putting the skeleton horde in the middle of the map, not putting them in the lane, but put the skeleton horde in the middle. That's a really good counter. Now once they realize that you're doing that, they may start to predictive log the middle, but it starts to get kind of tricky because they just can't predict where you're going to put the skeleton army all the time, and they'll have to wait to throw their log, and that time that they wait is actually going to be time that your skeletons are taking out their dudes. Alright, so here's another match. This is actually Slendy in my clan. If you guys were reading the clan chat back there, he was saying that he got a Lavahound card in a free chest, which is pretty impressive. And you guys can see here, he got his P.E.K.K.A through, he got his barbarians through, so pretty tough there, but you don't have to worry about that, you guys. This is the kind of deck where you don't need to defend very much. Just don't let them get a 3-crown on you, because you're likely to get the 3-crown on them, like what is about to happen right here. So you don't necessarily have to worry if you lose one tower. If you lose 2 towers, you're going to be in trouble, because it's really easy to get 2 towers or 3 towers with this deck, but you don't want them to get 2 towers. You need to make sure that they only get 1 tower. Now, the guy rushed him, and he got that 1 tower really fast with the barbarians, with those elite barbarians. That will happen to you sometimes, but it's not a guarantee that you're going to lose, so stay in the match and just keep on fighting back. And that's why I keep the skeleton army. Like I said, try to place them in the middle. Let's see, this is Trainer Kevin using the same deck. If Slendy would have had enough elixir, he could have placed the skeleton army and defended that entire push and not lost that crown. But it was just one of those things where you don't start out with the right cards in your hand right away, and sometimes they have the push that you just can't defend, and then you have to cycle your cards correctly so that you know you're ready for it. Now, he did something kind of interesting here. He mirrored the minions just to get started. Not a bad move, because the mirror is the last card you're going to play in the cycle of 3, so he's got time to get that mirror back out before he plays his main cycle. But he's doing a common mistake here, which is playing all of his low-level cards, and he's never getting out a significant push. The dude did a significant amount of damage, so he really needed to defend, so it makes sense that that's what he had to do. But he's playing smart now by saving his elixir, waiting to get that Lavahound out, and not playing the Lavahound until you have enough elixir to defend, and that's exactly why, because as soon as you play the Lavahound, they're going to play those elite barbs, and then you play the skeleton horde right in the center, takes out the elite barbs every time, as long as they don't counter it all the way. Now, once again, he lost the tower, but don't worry about that, you guys. You don't need to worry about losing the tower. You should be able to get through as long as you stay focused on cloning your Lavahound, and then if you can, mirror clone your Lavahound. It will work, and you will get through. It's too many troops for them to handle, and unless they have something like arrows, or a wizard, or baby dragon, something that can clear the air, then they're going to have a hard time defending all the damage that you're going to give with those troops. So here he goes. He's got to defend 1 cycle of this guy's cards. The guy has got enough elixir to put out cards, so he's going to end up defending those cards. So here goes the defense, and then he'll probably play 1 more card, run out all of his elixir. Let's see what he plays. Now it's double time, so the elixir is stocking up just a little bit faster too. Double time is where you get all of your work done in this deck. You really don't get much done until double time. Look how fast he went from clone to mirror clone. You can't go that fast when you're playing without double time, because it just won't go that fast to get that much elixir, and you don't want to play elixir pump on this deck. It's not a good choice, because the elixir pump costs so much, and this is already a little bit of an expensive deck. You can see that it's a 3.2 deck. Now that's not crazy expensive, but you do have that Lavahound in there. So let's say you get stuck with a Lavahound, and you get stuck with an elixir pump because you're elixir locked and you just can't play anything right now. Well, now you've got 2 cards that are a 7 and a 6 sitting in your hand. You need to get rid of one of them so you can cycle out some lower cost cards, but you can't because the dude keeps pushing you. So that's why I don't play the elixir pump. The elixir pump is kind of like a cue for your enemy to give you cards that you can't handle, like elite barbarians. So once again, he lost the tower, but you don't need to worry about that, because you can get through with multiple towers once you get to overtime. Just don't lose the tower and forget to take their tower. I've done that before. Forgot to take their tower. They win with 1 tower, and they've got like 12 damage on the tower left, but I'm like, dang, I just forgot to get over there and take that tower. So if you do need to mirror the log just to do a couple hundred damage, sometimes that works. I've won battles mirroring log, and it's kind of like a laugh situation, but it does happen. And when you get down that low, you don't want to have to carry rocket. Again, it's a very heavy card. It's a lot of elixir for that card. So that's going to be it, you guys. That's the end of my video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on how to use my brand new deck. It is Clone Mirror Lavahound, and I'm doing some pretty good damage with it. Thanks everybody for watching, and peace!